In the last video, I told you about all of the couchsurfers that I've invited to my place. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you about the 31 hosts who invited me to couchsurf at their place. I've been staying in 31 homes spread over 21 countries in 3 different continents: Europe, Africa, and Asia. And the first reaction I get when telling this is usually, "That sounds so dangerous." But I would argue the opposite. When taking the bus into a new country, or hitchhiking to a new city, or taking the train to a new place, I always feel a little bit worried, but it feels so comforting to know that someone is expecting me and will worry if I don't show up. And when I do arrive, I have someone who can tell me about the places to go, about places I maybe should avoid, and I always have someone to call if something should happen. But of course, you never know if you're gonna end up with a creep, right? But I would argue that, again, you will. Couchsurfing is built on references, which means that whenever you've had a guest or a host, you will write an honest reference for them. So when I'm going to stay with someone, I always make sure that they have references, that they have positive references. I never stay with someone who doesn't have references or who have negative ones. Now that we've agreed that couchsurfing is safe, let me tell you about what it has brought to my travels. The first thing is experiences I wouldn't have had without these hosts. Johanna took me to a midsummer concert in Lübeck, Germany. Christian took me slacklining on the shores of the Danube River. Ariane took me to an art museum in Harare, Zimbabwe. Tram led me through a local market in rural Vietnam. Weedy took me to the crocodile farm that they owned in Zimbabwe. And Gebbi made me the Liechtensteinian traditional food rebel and recommended me a hike on the beautiful mountaintop of Liechtenstein, from where I could see both Austria and Switzerland. But apart from these amazing experiences, I also get an insight into what life is like in different countries all over the world. And one of the most I cherish the most is the little family in Livingstone, Zambia, who invited me to stay at their place. The mother of the family was like the local hairdresser, so the neighboring kids would come over to get their hair braided, and I got to help. She also took me to see her parents, who makes rugs out of plastic bags and old pieces of fabric. Her friends told me about a game they used to play with stones, and she had the cutest son. But the most important thing that I take away from these experiences is the kindness. Having someone invite you to their homes and sharing their food and their stories and their experiences have made me look at the world in a different way. I'm certain that this world is filled with far more good people than bad, and that kindness is a very strong force.